Romney Fact Box now! And, well, Andy, perhaps it's time for the world to take a quick look at the man who's likely to be the Republican nominee. If feeling entitled to be president was all that counted, Mitt Romney would already be commander-in-chief, and he would have been so from about 12 years old. He's a grotesquely wealthy man, having made up to $300 million as a venture capitalist, or to use that occupation's other name, a professional potato. He's dashingly handsome, emotionally sterile, and seems to possess a Dickensian contempt for the poor. You really get the sense that he'd be truly happy walking through the streets of Victorian London, wearing a top hat, hitting street children with a stick, and singing at the top of his voice. And his stump speeches over the coming year should be very interesting to watch. If you don't know what a stump speech is, it's the backbone of American democracy, if American democracy had suffered a massive spinal injury. Stump speeches are like what you would get if you put the Gettysburg Address through a sewage plant. A series of well-meaning messages mangled beyond comprehension and covered in shit. It's the process of condensing the complexities of an entire political campaign into 15 minutes of button-pushing sound bites that you can shout at people. And an interesting side note is that if you put any candidate on a heart monitor, you'll see that during stump speeches, most candidates have no pulse. They are literally dead inside. And if Romney's campaign so far is anything to go by, this is the kind of thing that we can expect from his campaign commercials. In terms of music, we're going to get something that you'd commonly hear in the background of a supermarket. In terms of visuals, think of the soft focus and warm tones of very soft-core pornography. And know that at some point Mitt Romney is going to be standing inexplicably in a field, wearing what else but a light blue button-down shirt, Andy, the most trusting shirt there is. And as for the most important thing that you're going to see his entire campaign, well, I've got a helpful acronym to help you remember, Andy. FLAGS. F for flags. They are the most important thing in a Romney commercial. L is for, listen, I'm not kidding about the flags. There are going to be a lot of them. A is for American flags. Chinese flags can go f*** themselves, Andy. They can go back to Russia where they came from. G is for God. In flag form. God loves flags, Andy, and he loves American flags. Why else would he have made Chinese children to make them? And S, seriously, there is going to be an almost sarcastic amount of flags. Think about a number of flags that would actually be offensive and then remove one flag. That's how many flags there's going to be.